I need a third part of my situation. What I'm about to tell you is my full story, and I simply just want to know where can I go from this. I'm trying to summarize this up, and if you have any questions on dates or whatever, please comment, and I will provide. I don't blame anything on my BF. I cheated and I told my BF. The same day, he was so upset that he didn't know how to deal with his emotions that he chose to let it out by doing sexual frustration on me. I was kinda surprised and scared that I just let it happen. But I was extremely uncomfortable, as I was on my period and quietly told him to stop. But it went on clarified that he obviously regrets it and said he would have stopped if I said it more clearly and firm. After what happened, I felt gross, but didn't know what to do. Didn't have anyone, so I went to the guy I cheated with a regret and told him how I felt. I just got grabbed. Things happen, and the guy I cheated with was so angry for me and can never look at my relationship the same. Because of how I still stayed with my BF even after he did that to me, but I fought back because what him and I did caused my BF to do that, and we put this on ourselves. I am not justifying what my BF did was right. Was just saying we don't have the right to act like something is wrong when we put this on ourselves. The guy fully knows he is being biased, but just can't accept it after I was grabbed in his eyes. He thinks I was grabbed, and I don't know if it can be classified as grab, to be honest, so I don't know how to feel. My BF regretted the second after it happened, and was apologizing and checking on me if I was okay. At that moment I was confused, so I just told him that it was okay, and it was something I just had to get used to. But even reassuring him, he still kept apologizing. The next day I couldn't hold it in any longer and told him how confused I felt during that situation. At first he was shocked at how serious the situation was and even didn't know how to respond to it. But after I opened up, he understood how I felt and told me how he was sorry and regretted what he did. A couple days afterward, he said he wanted to meet up and talk about our situation. Then he threw tons of paper airplanes at me while laughing like a maniac. It turns out all the paper planes were paragraphs of him writing about his thoughts during our past 10-month anniversaries together. I thought it was cute. I appreciated it even though it was last second. He's a busy boy and he stayed up just to finish this. This was his atonement, and I didn't know how to feel about it, because the atonement was for being grabbed. But even though I felt disgusted, was it even something to apologize for? Maybe I'm looking down at myself, but that is why I've come here for insight. Afterwards he said that he was willing to do anything to make me feel better as long as I tell him. And 2 months later, currently right now, both of us are trying to move on and improve ourselves by making amends for each other. Next story. Husband helped deliver our baby. Hello. Just wanted to share my birthing experience with my husband. Yesterday around 5 p.m. I got admitted to the hospital and was induced till 12 a.m. with a suppository. Hours later, I could not stand the contractions and asked for the epidural, which gave me so much anxiety, as my lower body was completely numb. Then I was put on Pitocin to help progress the delivery faster. This one nurse was really nice and would often check my cervix to see how I would progress. I was finally dilated 9 centimeters around 4 p.m. today. Through the whole process, my husband helped the nurse to turn me around in bed so I could dilate faster in certain positions with a peanut ball. Comes 4 p.m. and the nurse asked me to do a trial push so I could know how to when the moment came. My husband helped me to pick up the legs from one side and the nurse from the other side. What comes after I never would have expected. This is our first child. 20 minutes later, the nurse tells my husband to help me push the baby out further out so doctor could start the actual delivery. Mind you, by that point my husband said he could see the baby's head in my vagina, and so for 30 minutes him and the nurse were helping me push enough for the baby's head to crown, and the nurse quickly called the doctor to start the last stage of birth. My husband all throughout this process was wearing gloves, telling me to push harder, counting the seconds with the nurse, clicking buttons of the machines as the nurse instructed him, and helping the nurse get certain equipment as she instructed. I felt like I was about to pass out from the experience and the feeling of pushing. The nurse and my husband made it so easy for the doctor to just come and push my vagina and tell me to push one last time, finally delivering the baby. I could not believe my husband actually went through all that with me. He was my rock, but also so helpful without any experience. Now I don't know if this is normal process or not, but I'm not mad, because my husband and I experienced something so unique to share with our family. My baby is healthy and I just feel soreness, but only got a first-degree tear, yay. All in all, I would not do this again.